Okay, so we're talking about the first Remington short action Ultra Magnum cartridge today. It came about in 2001, and that's the $300 saw. Now that come about because Remington produces a lot of rifles. Okay, cool. Winchester produces a lot of rifle ammunition. How they produce rifles, again, they've always produced some rifles, but for a while they didn't produce quite as many. But much like rivals like to be, Remington doesn't like stamping Winchester on their rifles. I'm pretty sure they don't like stamping it on the ammunition they produce. And Winchester doesn't like stamping Remington on theirs. So we understand that. Now, what Winchester set about with the Winchester Short Magnum is they wanted full-length Magnum rifle performance in a short-action receiver. And they delivered. But Remington, not wanting to be one-up, had to do the same thing. But instead of putting Winchester Short Magnum on it, they wanted to put Remington Short Action Ultra Magnum, which we all know. So what you end up with is a 51.2 millimeter case, and it's going to be popping out a .308 bullet, right, at 300 Win Mag velocities. Now, the difference, Winchester went about designing their case the way they wanted, and Remington used a very, 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 very heavily modified 300 Remington Ultra Mag case. So fundamentally, they're very, very similar. The Winchester Short Magnum has a little bit more case capacity and can go just a little bit, and you can push it a little bit faster. A little bit more popular. There's a little bit more hand loading data. So, in that regard, the Winchester Short Magnum absolutely tops the Remington Short Action Ultra Magnum just because it's more likely to find ammo for it. Okay, availability is king. You can't make nothing go bang if you can't find the freedom seed to put in it, right? So what are we talking about ballistically? 150 grain bullets, 3,253 feet per second, 35 and a quarter on the energy, right? 165s at about 31 and a quarter with just shy of 3,600, 35 and three quarter, 3,600, somewhere in there, pound-feet of energy. 180 grain bullets, 2954, 3489, which is interesting because one of my favorite deer hunting loads, one of my favorite deer hunting rifles that I've ever owned, it was a Browning A-Bolt Stalker, 300 Winchester Magnum, 26-inch barrel. Gorgeous gun. Well, no, it wasn't. It looked like what it was. It looked like a beater. But it was great. It was a great hunting rifle. One of the finest hunting rifles I've ever owned. I used the 180 grain ballistic silver tip from Winchester in there, 300 Win Mag, and that's just the bullet that rifle liked. Pissed me off because I'm a big fan of the 190 grain Sierra Match King for just about everything. So pissed me off that I couldn't use my Match King because I like that bullet, but that 180 grain ballistic silver tip was absolute lightning bolt on a whitetail. And it was stepping out at 2950 at 180 grains. So you're getting every bit of that performance out of an RSOM. 200 grain bullets, just shy of 2,800 feet per second with just shy of 3,500 pound-feet of energy. So it's absolutely up there with 300 Win Mag. Very powerful cartridge, just might be a little hard to find.